Hi, my name's Scott Reel, and on behalf of ExpertVillage.com, I'd like to talk to you about vegetable gardening. Let's talk for a couple of minutes about watering in the garden. Probably the most important thing you can do for your plants is watering. This is the one thing that nothing on this planet can do without, and your plants are no exception. In fact, it probably is more important to them than just about to any other creature on Earth. As you look through on a hot summer day, you're going to notice plants are starting to look a little wilty. That's the first sign that plants need water right away. But if you're maintaining your garden beds and you're taking care of things, hopefully your plants won't ever really get to that place where they're wilting out too much. Now, it's the heat of the day out right now. It's not a time that I'd normally go for a lot of water, but it is a good time of the day to syringe. And what do I mean by syringing? I'm talking about a fine spray of water that's just going to help cool the garden down and get plants down to a temperature where they grow comfortably. Most plants don't like to grow in the 80 and 90 degree temperatures, but if we give them a little misting like this, we add a little bit of water to the garden and just enough to cool things down, this is going to go a long way to keeping these guys growing happily right through the heat of the day. Well, if I'm not supposed to be watering at this time of day, when should I be watering? A good time of day to water is very early in the morning. It's probably the best time. You don't end up with fungal diseases or from plants sitting wet overnight. And it gives the water time to seep into the ground before the heat of the day comes along and evaporates all that hard work you did with watering. The other reason that I like to water early in the morning is because it's quiet time in your garden. It gives you some time to be alone before the pressures of the day start. It gives you a chance to look and see and spend quality time with your plants and maybe observe other issues you might be having. If you can't water first thing in the day, the other good time of day to water would be in the evening. And the evening, again, you got to make sure you do it early enough so your plants have time to dry off, or you'll end up with powdery mildew and other fungal problems throughout the day. Now, the hose is a great way to water, and sure, you can put it on a sprinkler, but I find a lot more and more towns we have an issue with water restrictions. So my favorite way to water still remains good old-fashioned watering can. It's a good time to water during the day if you can water and not get water on the foliage. And you can see the watering can really allows me to water just the bed, not so much the foliage. And keeping that foliage dry helps keep those disease pressures down. The other thing it allows me to do is really concentrate where that water goes. So it makes it my most efficient use of water. So remember, the most important thing you can do for your plants is keep them wet, keep them watered, and they're going to reward you with a great crop of vegetables.